Just nuts, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Bussin' with the Boys. This is episode 230. We are absolutely racking these motherfuckers up, dude. We're recording this on Thursday because the boys worked their ass off on Tuesday for Beer Olympics. So the boys are gonna have 4th of July off. It's gonna be an amazing time, and we know it's summer, dude. You know what that
This
means.
is 48 hours post Beer Olympics right
48
now.
hours post.
Yeah.
Now I wouldn't even say like we started the Beer Olympics 48 hours ago.
Yeah.
And then
The anthem was happening right now, 48 hours ago.
Right now, 48 hours ago. But listen, summer is here, and what better way to take advantage of all that it has to offer than with the Chevy Silverado. Silverado summer, think of all the possibilities. From off-road adventures to DIY project and hardcore work, Silverado has the capability and technology to make this summer your best one ever. With 9 different Silverado models to choose from and engines that range from the powerful TurboMax to a 6.2 liter V8 and the Duramax diesel. Dude, love a diesel. Love a diesel. You can count on Chevy power and performance to get anything done. Like many of you, we've been hitting the road a lot lately, and it seems like everywhere we go, there's an army of Silverados and Silverado owners. So shout out to you all. Game recognized game. Head over to Chevy.com and check out Silverado and all the Chevy trucks, the official trucks of Bussin' with the Boys. I like that, dude. They put that in. I did like that, dude. I like that a lot.
Hey, do you know what DIY means?
You definitely know.
You definitely know. You're going to be so bummed.
Can you pull it back up?
Sick.
Can you pull it back up?
I guess.
From off-road adventures to DIY projects.
Do it yourself.
Let's go. Let's fucking go. Let's go.
Yes. I don't do a lot of those. I do not do a lot of those, brother.
Dude,
I'll be honest.
I wanted me to hang some calendar yesterday, and I fucking fucked up the drywall, and I was like, I was like, sweetheart, this is why I don't want to do shit like this.
Yeah.
Like, I could just task prep it. We could task prep at this shop. I
You
know you want a manly man husband, but I cannot be that for
I
you.
can't. You've drawn a line in the sand, dude. We are domesticated cats. No
God.
disrespect to us, but it's the life we've chosen to live.
And I was so frustrated.
Why do you think I have so many tattoos? I want to look tough, knowing I'm not tough.
Yeah.
Like it's just part of the deal, dude.
Because I texted her, I was like, hey, I'm sorry. I think I fucked up the drywall.
What'd you say?
And she was like, she said, haha, something. She goes, wait, are you joking? I was like, unfortunately, no. And I said something else, not like giving off too much frustration, but I knew that that's how she was receiving it. And she was like, it's all right, babe. Like, I'll be home here in a little bit. We can tackle this together. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, I don't want to tackle this anymore.
I don't want to tackle this anymore, dude.
Yeah.
Should we talk about obviously the most recent event we just had?
The Beer Olympics 2023.
Was it not everything and more we'd expected to be?
Yeah, man. I think it was things I didn't even know it would be.
Yeah, it was such a pain in the ass to put together because even though we started preparing for this months and months in advance, there was still that 48 hours before, dude. I was scrambling, putting shit together, lifting things and moving stuff. And I'm thinking, brother, I'm a competitor. I need to get in the cold tub. I need to roll out. I need to get ready for what needs to be done, dude. But I thought, the boys made it to the finals. And obviously it's already been, we've already said, there's a big conversation. Do we show who the winner is? Do we don't? We already know who the winner is. And it was George Kittle and DeForest Buckner.
Congrats to them. Hats off to them. They were a solid team.
They were a solid team. They played hard. They played well. They were consistent enough to get in the finals, and they won the finals.
Yeah.
Who else was in the finals, though, is the fucking boys.
Yes.
Which you can't be mad at all.
No, if we win our own event, it doesn't look right. It looks like we have it set up. We cheated. So we did something wrong, but I thought it was good. And then by that point, it was dark and everything else. Like, I was stoked that we just got back into the finals because I thought, we were so fucking buckled that during beer ball that I thought we were out of it after we lost to Kittle and DeForest.
I legit almost cried.
Yeah.
And there was a moment, we talked about it earlier, where JP is filming me. And I am genuinely upset. Like, it was, I legitimately was emotional about it. And I look over and Will is smiling with his beautiful smile with a group of people around him, kicking his feet in the pool as he's sitting down. And that shit hurt to see how easy you took that L.
But hang on, I didn't take it easy now. You saw.
Will was furious.
I was furious, bro.
3 hours of the competition. He was like pacing around. I thought he was going to get in a legit fist fight.
There was a genuine pivot during Beer Olympics, and I can only speak for us and our things. Well, obviously the vlog will come out. We had a great addition to Beer Olympics, which was the confession corner. And I think it's going to be an amazing reality TV. You're going to see the chaos, and then having teams regroup and talk about what happened during that chaos, and then seeing the difference between how drunk or how sober everyone is in the beginning, how drunk they are at the end. You saw the one clip of Will sitting there trying to talk Tanner Tignini and Tommy Smokes into why he was right, which also, dude, I love Tommy Smokes, but also fuck Tommy Smokes for having zero backbone at all the whole day, telling everybody he hopes they win.
Yeah.
Like,
That's Tommy's game, though. That's
his
Tommy's
game. And
game.
you gotta respect his game, but
Yeah.
also when you're drunk, dude, all I wanted to do was low key bully him.
Yeah.
I kind of just wanted to bully
He does
Tommy.
have, like that build you that you just want to bully a little bit.
But I didn't. There was a lot of fucking chaos, man. It was so much fun. But there was a switch that turned. We did the chug. I thought we had a great time. We got second, correct?
Yeah, the very first event. Yeah,
Very first event.
I was so fired up for that 13 seconds.
Yeah. I was very impressed because a lot of people hate on your chugging. I thought you did a great job.
And a lot of people were like, "Oh, Taylor's gonna go fast," but everybody was thinking. Competitors were telling me like I suck at chugging, but as long as I beat you, I'm gonna feel good. And I'm just thinking, all right, it's time to.
That's just their insecurity. If they're saying you suck, but as long as I beat you, I'm good, then they know themselves that they're not a good chugger. They're just trying to put you down.
Right.
That says more about them. But we go in the confession corner after Flip Cup because we got bodied the first round of Flip Cup.
That's on me, just publicly. And listen, I know you're gonna say it's fine, like you're a great teammate. That's what you're about. But that was a very disappointing performance by myself. As somebody who, every other time I play Flip Cup, like I am solid. The lights might have got to me, like the crowd, the atmosphere. Maybe I folded a little bit, and I wouldn't go against that because I don't know what was fucking happening, but I definitely let us down there, and that was on me, and it's all good. But I do want to publicly say like that's 1,000% on me.
I wouldn't trade you for the world.
Yeah,
I wouldn't trade you for the world,
that, brother.
We went in the confession corner after that, and it was like, hey, we got to start talking massive shit. We basically, in my mind, it was like, you need to become the enemies of this whole entire competition and stop being nice to everybody. And that's.
You definitely flipped that switch.
Yeah. Too much?
I'm trying to think like, hey, why aren't you guys rooting for us? Like, well, we're kind of rooting that you do well, but your teammate.
Fair.
And I'm like, hey, say less, say less.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, say less. You're like, no, you say less.
I mean, you're getting in a verbal altercation. The quick-wittedness you'll go back with. You'll take it wherever you need to take it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we got third in the beer pong. You and Lasers back and forth is going to be all time when people see that.
Yeah, Lasers are funny. And he was a great addition this year. And literally met him 3 months ago.
Yeah.
He was great. Shane and Bert, obviously. You could tell everyone was really excited to see both of them.
Yeah.
Even competitors. Competitors were big fans of them, and it was just cool to see. They handled it with grace. More Bert than Shane.
Yeah.
Because Shane pretends like he hates the camera, but he fucking loves the camera. Tell what happened when you saw
love that bit though.
Same, because anytime I do anything or my voice starts to barely elevate, he's like, what was he saying to me? He's like, camera's around. You gotta.
It's smart on his end because he writes himself a really nice insurance policy where he can be on camera as much as he wants, but the second he doesn't, he's like, get that shit out of my fucking face.
Yeah. What did he say to you when he first saw you?
I was walking up on the driveway and I'm just trying to record to him like, yo, like, can we get a prediction? He goes, I'm trying to say, what's up? Get that fucking thing out of my face. I was like, my bad. Dapped him up. And then he was like, all right, prediction.
Hey, Jack just doing his fucking job,
and
man.
Then he's like, Will, can we just have a relationship, friendship outside of the camera? Like, just be cool for once. I was like, please stop doing this to me, man.
Yo, stop making it worse.
Yeah.
And the thing is, whenever Bert and Shane would ever lose in their part of the event, then Shane would be right behind me and Will just talking trash the whole time, literally saying bad host to me over and over again.
He said,
why you gotta be nasty?
Yeah, why you being nasty, dude? Stop being nasty. And he'd be like, hey, Will, the entire time you're chugging, I'm just going to be in your ear saying, yo, everybody's laughing at you.
And I'm sure that was hard. And you still could 16 seconds?
Yeah, I got 13. Again, proud of the 13 seconds. Proud of the 13 seconds. But hey, you getting sub 4, if that's even the right wording, getting in the 4-second range, that's incredible.
That was, I appreciate that. That was, I think, I don't think I'll ever be able to do that again. That was my.
We're going to need you to because the next day, Jason Kelsey comes out and absolutely disintegrates a beer. However, you put you guys side by side, like you got him. You got him.
By almost a second.
Which is massive. If we're talking 40 times and everything else, which is essentially what you're doing with that beer, with the liter of beer, I think like we're going to need you to perform that way again. Because we got to get the big dogs in the room.
For the longest time, I've been trying to hide my ability to chug a beer, which you've done no good in helping me with.
Well, because there's times where I almost feel like, oh, this is too much of a. We're trying to pretend too much of this.
I know, but I did to Ruse for an entire year and then got him in Key West. But I literally did the bit for a year. Anytime Twig was brought up, I was like, bro, I can't. I'm not. And now that it's out there, I just got to be proud about it. And I got to fucking I got to know that I have a target on my back now.
Yeah, you are one of the best chuggers in America.
Wow. Thank you.
I think so, man. I would love to see you compete.
We were in that car ride to Zany's after, and Gillis is drunk in the back going, we got to let Rogan know about that. And I go, brother, you don't have to do that. And there was a pause. I was like, well, please God, let him know about the chug and all that. What a fucking time, man. It was truly incredible. I literally I opened my eyes the next morning. I don't know about you, but I thought there's no way I'm going to make it through this day. This is when it ends.
Oh yeah. It was brutal the next day.
Hurting.
Still got the trash out though.
Did you?
Just
I did see
FYI.
that. I did see that.
Yeah, man, it was an incredible day. How was it from your guys' vantage point? You guys were obviously in the trenches the entire time, and it just gets drunker and drunker, and madness and mayhem is going on, especially the chaos that happened in beer ball. And Jack, you're definitely my go-to when I was venting about all that stuff, because I feel like I find more common ground. I'm like, I'll go to Jack because he'll definitely continue to validate everything that I was doing.
That's what you want when you're venting is someone to say you're right.
Yeah.
You just want someone to say.
Dude, I was boiling because James Neal was intentionally trying to sabotage our team. And I understand that it was coming from my foot, hitting the beer pong table a little bit. That was unintentional. And we gave Laser his shot back. James wanted an extra shot. It's like, bro, you just missed your shot.
Yeah.
But from that moment, he was trying to sabotage everything we were about. And then when he's over there trapping you in the corner, when we were truly in a competitive game, that matters. Trying to get to the finals and just doing the whole, I saw red.
You saw red, but brother, like you weren't in the wrong at all.
Yeah, I saw red.
That being said, I think that was the closest we came to a fight in the whole entire beer Olympics was you and Niels.
Yeah.
That would have been a fight worth seeing too. Because look, I think we know how I feel, but James for sure can throw hands.
James can throw hands, and I was talking about the next day with my wife and a couple of buddies were at the house. James is sneaky, strong, and sturdy. Like I had him in the pool basketball a little bit.
He used to dice people up on the ice.
I trust me. He was drunk one night at my house, making me show highlights of himself on the YouTube TV. So I've seen him, and it's fucking. Listen, he's a strong motherfucker. He's sturdy. He's got that balance. Hockey players have that. They have that. But he was definitely in the wrong there. And he came to my house the next day because Joey was going to tattoo and finish his tattoo on his head that he tapped on the first time. And I go, hey, you going to apologize? And he just goes, no. I thought that's exactly who James Neal is. That's exactly who he is.
It is. I wouldn't expect one.
Yeah.
And forgiveness is basically accepting apology you'll never get. So,
hey, that was beautiful.
James, I forgive you.
Yeah, but I want to hear you guys' vantage point. But before that, we got to give a shout out to Jack for keeping so many compliments came from how the content was coming out, how interactive everything was, how it was placed. I haven't even seen all the content on Twitter, but I've gotten multiple texts about how well it was done. And so I can't wait to see the vlog. Cannot wait to see it, Mitchie.
Vlog's going to be crazy.
It's going to be nuts.
You did murder it on social media.
You murdered it, brother.
I mean, it's myself, Mitch, JP, and Garrett, like everyone. It took an army. Clump, well, he was reffing, but Steven, like everybody, all four of us really were just, like you said, in the trenches. And y'all know, I love to have a good time just like anyone else. So to be in that atmosphere, but not, getting tore up with the boys, it didn't hurt. But like by the end of the day, your patience starts running a little bit shorter because everyone's so wasted and you're just sitting there sober as a rock. Just like, what are we even arguing over? Because you'd be listening to I'd see Will and George and Blandino having this crazy intuitive conversation, but making no sense. And I'm like, what are we trying to accomplish here? And then it would be quiet. And no one even knew what the argument stemmed from. So it was just one of those things where it's dudes being drunk. And after 8 hours of drinking, it's going to happen, whether you wanted to or not. It was tough, but never once was I in a place where I'm like, I got to get the fuck out of here. It was so entertaining the whole way. Very stressful, just from a content perspective, trying to capture all the fun moments because you have so many things going on. Like you see like an argument or a fight starting, you got to run over there, grab that. But at the end of the day, man, I thought it went really well. And then compared to last year's, it was like way more put together production wise, the organization, the referees, because that one 2 years ago it got messy too, but it always will get messy, and we're only going to get better. So I'm excited for next year's. I think next year's could be huge.
Gonna be even bigger, dude.
Yeah, the production team did absolutely murder it.
Murder.
You guys were in the trenches.
In it.
It was kind of cool, like having to run from team to team or like argument to argument. Be like, oh, what are they arguing about now? What are these like? And it all stemmed like from the same place, but everybody was just so drunk. It just none of the arguments ever made any sense. But you guys were so into it, and so we're like, no, I'm right, you're wrong. But like from a sober person standpoint, it's like this isn't even worth an argument. But you guys were just constantly screaming at each other, which made it a lot of fun too.
I think our argument was valid.
I think when I watched your clip, I thought he makes all the sense in the world.
The James Neal thing, I was supposed to come after you guys because you guys lost, but like I like heard out of my ear like you had some choice words for James, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if
What'd you say to James?
I can tell you off air.
Yeah, always like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Always like that.
Yeah.
I won't pry anymore. We'll definitely get it off air. That's obviously in such a public setting that should stay private.
When you're drunk like that?
Yeah, I was in the moment. I was in the moment. I was heated, and I was
upset.
pissed that I felt like the game kind of got taken from
I'm-
us. Because again, I was on that little thing of beer the entire
you're
time. Like
essentially-
like beer ball. We are killers at beer ball, and the fact that it went that way, it was disheartening.
A lot of good movement too by the boys. I thought we did a good job once we got to one beer boxing out and having a nice little backboard between our shoulders
Mm-hmm.
and getting around and knowing where we're supposed to be. 'Cause that's half a beer ball is knowing who's going to go where.
Right,
And I
right.
thought there was a good job of
Because you were
I
getting a lot of
understand.
action on your side. I was more trying to like keep my hand back there so that way the beer never fell off.
yeah,
Because I know that's like a deduction or
a
something.
lot of movement.
Yeah.
A lot of movement going on. It was good though. It was fun. Who at the end of the day was the most drunk? Do you think?
Probably Uncle Laser, but he was also like, I did that video like who's gonna be the most drunk, and everyone, it was kind of spread around. Some Laser, some Callie Hardy, if that's her name.
Yeah.
But then Laser, he was like, it's me, and he's like, I've been drinking since 9:30 in the morning.
Hey, that's a good.
Well, yeah, we have a very similar raspy voice.
Yeah.
Cam Duddy came up to me, I think 6 times in the day and goes, hey man, you ever thought about doing voiceover work? And then we'll just walk away. Like, I'm like, okay, Cam. It was funny the first time. Like, he's like, as long as you keep laughing, I'm going to keep doing it. And being sober and being around drunk guys, you just kind of laugh, like being uncomfortable. And you're just like, haha.
Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
dude, for
So
real.
I think he thought I was playing into that. But the last thing I'll say, when the vlog comes out, what I don't think people are going to anticipate is that like most of the guys being professional athletes, y'all are like competitors for a living. And like that is what I saw the most. That was like the theme and the narrative is that everyone was competing like it was their Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like it was the biggest fucking moment of their professional career. And you were not going to let anybody try and like outdo you, outplay, whatever. And that's where like most of the entertainment and the turmoil came from, is everyone just having to be the most competitive person they could be. But
Yeah, I did have some personal shots at some people that
I think everyone
I
did.
think in a sober setting I would take back. But then all's fair in love and war. I do take personal shots on the football field as well. So
The one thing I kind of noticed was like the different levels of like talking trash. Like you can like just like some of the like us just randomly talking trash, but then like the professional athlete like talking trash is a complete different like atmosphere of like getting personal, like just the nonstop like in your ear, like the different types of talking trash. Like it was super interesting. But to go back to who the most drunk was, it was definitely Hardy's wife.
She
was-
was. By the way, that team crushed it. By the way, and I was trying to find that spin zone, that epiphany after failing in Flip Cup, because the Hardy. I mean, they almost won Flip Cup, right?
yeah, there was
Yeah,
the
they
finals.
they were in the championship game, but
You just see everybody getting hammered off of Flip Cup, and it's like, hey, we might we might win just because we don't have to slam them like everybody else is.
She held her own though. She
did, bro.
She was really good at
Hardy
football.
who threw up.
Well,
Everyone, there was a big commotion about like, hey, they should be DQ'd. Should they be not? And it wasn't Callie. But by the time Callie made it to beer pong, she was out.
Yeah.
No one was home.
It was a great time. I mean, I think everybody threw up. I know I threw up after the whole competition probably 3 or 4 times, separate times. I threw up, regained myself, threw up again.
Mine was one moment, and it came within probably 30 minutes after I did. Shane was adamant about the whole time, which makes sense because when you talking about who's going to be the drunkest, and Shane was like, yeah, I'm going to try and get Will so fucked up. Because the entire day he's like, I need us to re-chug. Like, we got a race on the leader. And I was like, Shane, like, you're faster than me. What, I don't know what you want out of me.
I think your time was faster than his, though.
Yeah, well, just because he got the beer up his nose.
Yeah.
I understand, but he's like, I need you to run it back. And I'm just thinking like, dude, why? And then after the relay, after the entire day, we're like lined up under the pavilion or whatever. And I slammed this liter of beer with him. And then probably within 30 minutes, I'm like sitting alone over in the turf area in the corner, like kind of in a little bit of a panic. I felt like my heart rate was going. My skin was getting hotter. It was everything was kind of shifting around. And so then I just like dropped. I like dropped off. And then I just crawled over to like your little side garden and probably hurled 9 times. I gagged myself a couple times because all I thought was, how am I going to survive the rest of the night? So I started to gag myself. And once one came, I'm just hurling. Like you said, stomach cramping.
Yeah, bro. That always get bad.
Yeah.
Stomach cramps when I'm throwing up.
And then once the 9 went, I kind of just like shuffled around and like propped myself up against the little couch thing that you had back there until Nick found me. And he's like, hey, buddy, you need some help? I was like,
yeah.
Yeah, can you please help me up?
Nick was a saving grace, dude, because when we went
Nick had a tough day.
Nick had a tough day.
He had a work day just like us. He was in the trenches.
Yeah.
He told me, he's like, if you would have asked me at the end of Tuesday night if I would ever do that again, the answer would be hell fucking no. I'll never do that again. Saw him Wednesday, like late in the day. And he's like, I would 100% do that again. That was so much fun. And Nick's a very detailed oriented, like little OCD, maybe not as an insult way, just like very organized individual. And he already had like written down shit of like how it could be better and all this. And
love that, dude.
He had a great sense of the rules. He helped us come up with the rules. We spent like 6 hours on the rules one day. So he was fired up. I thought everybody did an amazing job. Still an 8-hour event. We got to cut that thing down. I don't think you're gonna get it in half by any means, but you can get that thing to 6 hours, 5 hours. You're living.
Yeah.
You're absolutely living. Should we hit an ad? Listen, boys, there's nothing worse than going to a doctor appointment and expecting to be the center of attention, and then your doctor seems like they have better things to do and better places to be. Instead of listening to you intently, asking you how you feel, and helping you along, the doctor is checking the clock. On ZocDoc, you'll find quality doctors who focus on you, listen to you, and prioritize your care. ZocDoc is the only free app that lets you find and book doctors who are patient-reviewed, take your insurance, are available when you need them, and treat almost every condition under the sun. No more doctor roulette or scouring the internet for questionable reviews. With ZocDoc, you have a trusted guide to connect you to your favorite doctor you haven't met yet. Millions of people use ZocDoc's free app to find and book a doctor in their neighborhood who is patient-reviewed and fits their needs and scheduled just right. Go to ZocDoc.com/Bussin, that's Bussin, and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doc today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/Bussin, Bussin, ZocDoc.com/Bussin. But yeah, dude, it was amazing. It was a fucking time. And Will and I were talking about this before we even got on the show. It's like, could you imagine being in college? And you know, when you're in college and you get super fucked up and you might be the drunkest girl at the party. And then you wake up the next day and guys are like, man, you did this and you did that. And you're like, fuck.
The anxiety just
You're like, just stop telling me all the things. Like, let's get 48 hours removed. And then you start feeling a little bit better about how you acted because you're like, okay, that's not me, blah, blah, blah. No one really holds it against you. Could you imagine being in college and being filmed that whole entire time and then having to relive it? But I think that's the best thing about Beer Olympics is everyone, my God, everyone is showing up to an event knowing This is not going to end well for anybody from a drinking perspective. You're going to be hammered. You're going to feel like shit the next day. And there's going to be shit on there you wish you didn't do. But I think everyone knows that going in, and it makes the hurt of the next day a little bit better.
Yeah. Because to their point, everyone's arguing about absolutely everything the entire time. Like the testosterone and competitive nature that was just in that confined space. It was bound to happen.
Bound to happen.
I don't know, how many kegs did we go through?
3 kegs. We actually, there was a situation with one of the, I think one of the companies that came in, Tap Truck. By the way, shout out Tap Truck. They did an amazing job. They came in. There was a party going along with Beer Olympics, and they were there. But there were 2 1/6 kegs, and they took them and were filling them. So we thought we went through all the kegs, but we were actually just missing them because they thought that was for them.
Gotcha. You had a because Martin's was out there, yeah.
It was, we had Martin's Barbecue was out there.
BBQ.
We had Daddy Dogs, which, dude, Daddy Dogs are great people.
Yeah.
They are fucking awesome, dude. Good. You can always catch them on the corner by Losers, dude, late at night, man. You get a dog fully loaded. That shit is solid. And then Tap Truck was out there too. It was awesome. And then Jason Russell, you guys know Jason the chef. He started an ice cream company, and I don't know why the name is escaping me right now, which is super embarrassing. I gotta shut them out.
Dude, I didn't know the whole time. I mean, I knew, but I forgot that there was food there.
But you don't want
I saw people eating wings. I'm like, man, them fucking things look good.
We had to like strategically go and like for like the production side and had to. All right, you guys are in the
because
middle
you guys
of
are
it.
sober. You guys are just
stone cold sober and like starving,
actually getting hungry like you should.
Yeah, and like we had to.
You don't want to eat during the event.
Strategically find time to go eat food because everything was happening all at once. It was tough, but Jack and I both ate like 15 wings at the end of it all, which made it worth it. Martin's
is fire, dude. It was a great fucking time. It really was. Lightbox is the name of the ice cream company that Jason Russell started. He's doing soft serve ice cream, boys. It's fuck. Did you guys get a chance to try it?
I know JP did. It came in a little like shot glasses.
Yeah, it came in a little shot glass. He's like getting a truck going, developing. Your boy's in it a little bit, so I'm gonna be a little biased here, but I will let you know he does a non-dairy soft serve. That is, you really can't tell the difference, and it is you can't beat soft serve ice cream. It's it is so
soft serve ice cream is the best ice cream.
It's the best ice cream by far. And dude, you guys seen him cook before? Like the guy is
those waffles
savant,
bro.
3 waffles.
He is unreal. Anything. Like I'll see things on Instagram sometimes and just send it to him, and the next day he's like, boom, here it is. Exactly how the parameters.
He made too.
Oh yeah, the venison biscuits. You said that was your recipe?
No, he used the venison for the sausage.
Got you. Yeah, but Lightbox, dude, I fully believe they will be taking over Nashville's ice cream scene in a very short amount of time. As soon as that truck is run.
Should we hit our shout out, no free shout out and pet peeve of the week?
Yeah.
Before we get into this Josh Allen interview, which by the way was all time. Another boy, it would have been good to have him at Beer Olympics. No, he's a very busy man.
Very busy. Shout out, no free shout out, dude. Let's hit it.
You guys got one back there?
Sure.
Yeah.
Which one?
Either one. You guys can both go. You guys got.
Go ahead.
My shout out, no free shout out this week. Let me pull up my phone real quick. It's this happens a lot right when you leave our shop. You get to that little intersection right here, and when we're leaving, it's like rush hour. There's so many cars going by. You got that light at the bottom of the hill. You just like everyone's just backed up. But eventually, you're sitting there long enough. There's that kind soul that's coming up, gives you the quick little, and lets you go. And that way, you're not stuck there for like another at least 5-10 minutes because everybody doesn't know, doesn't want to let you go. But that person that lets you go through makes you want to like pay it forward. And next time you see somebody waiting, like, go ahead. So shout out those people that let you go in traffic when you're stuck at it like a stop sign.
That's a good one.
That is solid.
Jackie Moon.
Kind of going off the cuff, but I guess this works. My shout out, every shout out goes to when you think that an issue in your car is something like that is the end of the world, and then it turns out to be an extremely quick fix. So on the way to the shop this past weekend in NASCAR, my transmission dropped in my car and I couldn't go over like 25 miles an hour. My car is like an 04 4Runner. It's got like 270,000 miles on it.
It's a great vehicle.
Yeah, any major issue is like, this could be the end. I might have to be getting a new car soon, something. I'm like, I'm not prepared for that. And then it turns out my dad looked at it and it was just a leak in the transmission fluid. So we got it sealed up and now it's running like a charm again. So shout out to when, some of those issues aren't as big as your head maybe creates them to be.
Jack's thinking like, man, we need to get eyes on this.
I was thinking that too.
You need to send that clip to him.
I will.
Brother, time is running out.
Brother, we're past a year or two. I know he does want to come on.
Yeah.
And he's made it very clear to me anytime like when we get to a year, like his fans, our fans are going at Rich real hard and he feels bad. And so he's like reaching out to me. He's like, like the other day when you're trash talking to him about not coming on, like, hey, we're still waiting on you.
Yeah.
He texted me, he's like, your boy, why is he coming at me so hard, basically? Not like overly emotional about it, but he's like, what's the deal? I felt like you guys knew I want to go on. I just need to make time. And I was like, Will's just playing the game, brother.
Oh, yeah,
He's
dude.
We love Rich. We love Rich Eisen.
Yes, absolutely. Like if I need to go back and just print out that tweet I had when I was like, yo, it's so fucking awesome. I get to like essentially engage with Rich Eisen, somebody I've watched since I was a little kid on ESPN and shit like that. Like, oh yeah, massive fan of Rich. There is no hate. That's just playing the Twitter game.
Yeah, just playing the Twitter game.
Fun.
Rich is maybe a Hall of Famer in the sports industry.
Get him at Beer Olympics next year.
Yeah, just to go.
Yeah, he just come. Yeah,
just go. I don't know if he'd be a good competitor,
but
I know Rich
run. We should do a drink Rich drink as like he
does the leader.
Yeah,
yeah.
He just does the leader. That's it.
The leader.
Yeah, fully suited. Yeah, for charity or something.
$1,000 for every second he takes.
Ooh.
Yeah, then he will. What if he takes like 4 minutes?
You guys have made a lot of money in your careers. We'll be all right.
Oh, dude.
Shit, Jack.
I appreciate it.
For the kids.
Yeah. I would take a liter of sweet tea, dude.
Twisted tea.
I keep saying sweet tea, but it's delicious. It's that sweet.
Yeah.
It makes you feel like you're just drinking a sweet tea, and it happens to have 5% alcohol in it.
My shout out, no free shout out, goes to the puking rally. When you're down bad and you're in the fucking trenches, the heart rate's up, the anxiety's high, you're in kind of a panic mode. You can't really fucking get full sentences out of your mouth. Whatever arguments are coming up in your head, and you get all of that out there. And this is a special shout out to Nick Bennett. Somebody revives you a little bit, because whenever we ended up getting to Zanies, Nick's like, how are you still moving? I was like, it's all because of you, brother. He's like, the puking rally. I love it. So my shout out, no free shout out, goes to the puking rally.
I love it. Shout out Nick Bennett too.
Shout out Nick Bennett, man. I shot him a message on that. I was like, hey, I really appreciate you helping me out. Yeah.
My shout out, no free shout out, is going to go to, we are less than 100 days from Spooktober. And it's right around the corner, dude. We're 94 days away from Spooktober when we're filming this. And it's going to be, we've said it before, Spooktober's in a contract year.
Oh, Spooktober's very much in a contract year.
Yeah, it's got to show up in a big way this year. And I think, what better year than this year, the greatest year for Bussin' with the Boys, 2023.
It's on us.
Yeah,
it's on us. That's what you love to have. We control our own destiny.
That's exactly what you want, dude. So my shout out, no free shout out, goes to Spooktober.
Pet peeve of the week. You boys have one? Yeah, my pet peeve of the week goes to when people are just wrong in arguments, when I know I'm right.
When people won't bend the knee.
Yeah, when people just don't get it. That's my pet peeve of the week, when people are just wrong when they argue.
Yeah.
With me.
My pet peeve of the week goes out to the last cup in beer pong. That motherfucker, dude.
Dog, we were in hell.
In
2 games.
2 games. Couldn't get that motherfucker in. But listen, I said it, I don't know how many times. They don't ask how, they ask how many.
That's true. Because the Hardys almost came back and got us. Like, we left them around the entire time.
Which is just wild. And got to give a shout out to Hardy, because his wife, who played amazing in Flip Cup, like her gas tank was running very low at that point. Hardy, I think, made 9 cups.
Yeah,
no, his wife made 1. His wife made 1. So he made 8 cups.
Yeah.
But man, yeah, that last cup just refusing to go away.
Refuse, bro. And there was such a crowd around and everything. Chirps going left and right. You're just trying to hit the fucking cup.
And when you're drunk too, you're thinking to yourself, man, it's cool. Everyone's around here. And then you start to realize, oh, everyone's around here because there's no other games being played
They're
anymore 'cause
waiting
it's
for
been
our game
so
to get
long.
done. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, dude. That is
Yeah.
my pet peeve of the week. Boys?
My pet peeve of the week goes to those people that wear those little wrist guards when they hurt their wrist. I think that is the softest shit of all time. If your wrist hurts, just grow up and deal with it.
No.
The fact that you wear those little wrist things, like when you're rollerblading, if you're rollerblading and you wear them, that's fine. But if you take them outside of like rollerblading or roller skating, you just look soft. It just bothers me because it's like, what are you doing? Like, you can move your wrist, like unless it's broken and you need a cast on it, just let it ride. But those people that wear those, in my opinion, are so soft. So
Okay, I am so glad you clarified yourself because I'm thinking you can't wear them like when your wrist is fucked up and you're out on the gridiron.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
Yeah,
if you're
I wear wrist guards when I play.
Yeah.
if you're like, yeah, I mean, I'm talking about the people that wear them.
You're talking Gen Pop walking around.
Yeah, like you're just going to work wearing a wrist guard. Like, what are you doing? But
Like
like, if,
somebody just says I sprained my wrist and they're wearing a wrist guard.
like, what are you doing?
I'm with that. I'm with that. I fuck with
Grow
that.
up. But like, if you're like playing a sport or like rollerblading or anything, you can absolutely wear it. Like,
Yeah.
that's to protect it. But if you're just hurting it and like, if it's just hurt and you're going to work or just hanging around and you're wearing a wrist guard, grow up.
Mitch, I don't disagree with what you said, but you better
I
pray to
do.
God.
I do disagree with
You
that.
better pray to God you don't hurt your wrist in the next 2 years.
Bro, I am never gonna wear one of those.
I'm with you. I agree with that.
I
agree
think
with
like there's, I just disagree with them. I just disagree. If my wrist, if I ever get to the point where I have to wear one, just know I'm not gonna wear it, and I'm just gonna let you boys know, hey, I'm struggling, but hey, my pet peeve, I can't do it. I can't do it to myself.
Jack, you disagree?
Yeah, coming from someone, I've broken my wrist in my life 13 times so far. Hopefully, I don't ever have to.
Oh, we're gonna need a stat check on that.
Yeah,
brother.
we need to
Go
see
ahead.
all the medical files.
That's fine, dude. Literally from 4th grade summer until I was a 6th grader, or 4 years old to 6th grade, every summer, the first week, I broke my wrist back to back to back to back to back years. But just living life, you know? I'm just,
Climbing trees, doing bad shit as a kid.
Yeah.
I get it.
I see where your head's at on that one, but like if you have there are fractures that don't require a hard cast, but do require a splint, is that what they call them, or a brace? And if a doctor's telling me to wear a splint or a brace, I'm not gonna just be like, fuck that, I'm not a pussy. Like I'm gonna wear the splint. But now I probably won't ever wear one again in fear that I'm gonna get flamed for being a pussy or something. Hopefully I'm over that part of my life though.
Bro,
don't know,
if you
14?
have a hairline fracture, you should wear a splint.
Yes.
You better be saying at least fracture if you're wearing some shit around your wrist.
Yeah. I mean, if it's like a sprain, that's
That's
you
some
can
push
probably
shit.
figure it out.
That's what it normally is though. It's like, oh, I sprained my wrist. Like I gotta have something on.
I'm
Like
so-
people who sprain their ankles and they got crutches and a walking boot.
It's like the people,
Isn't the sprain?
like the people in high
It does
school.
depend, but also
If it's a high ankle sprain, brother, those are terrible.
no, I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm with
low
you.
ankle sprain, it just hurt.
Yeah.
It's like the people that wore like those knee sleeves in high school. Like, what are you doing? Like,
Is this a direct shot at
No,
Will Compton?
no, it's not. It's not. Like,
Whoa.
Yeah,
yeah,
let me
he
see it.
made it into you. That
You
wasn't.
wear a knee sleeve. I'm with you.
Yeah, that's
It's a
swag.
compression sleeve.
Yeah, that's yeah.
I'm talking about
Keep
like
the knee right, but that's also that's like it's like my signature. It's like a
Wait.
signature thing. It's like AI with his sleeve is playoff Willie with his sleeve. So I'm in compete mode.
But no, like do you guys remember like those girls in high school that would wear those like knee braces just for like just had like bumping their knees together? They all of a sudden need to have a knee brace. Did you guys have
No,
that in
I
high
don't.
school?
I don't.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. Like it's you just bump your wrist or you bump your knee and all of a sudden you have this big ass brace on and then it's almost like a little pity thing. It's like, oh, what happened to you? Like, are you okay? Just like an attention seeker. I think it's so dumb.
Yeah. If you fracture your C1 through 3 and you're wearing a neck brace, you're such a fucking pussy, dude. That's like Mitch right now.
Yeah.
He's just mad about anything happening.
Right. Damn.
You break your neck and you wear a fucking neck brace? What kind of soft shit is that?
Be a man.
Yeah.
Well, good, Mitch. I'm glad you got that off your chest, brother.
I remember seeing it like out at the.
You said enough.
Okay.
You said enough.
Yeah.
Should we get to Josh Allen?
Yeah. Let's get to Josh Allen.
Bills Mafia, you guys are gonna love this shit. He was all time. He says some of his responses to questions are just so funny, like his offseason stuff.
Bro.
And he's just like,
And us trying to pin him into, so you mean this? He's like, oh, I don't mean it like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. It was a fun time, man.
it was. He's one of the best, bro. And he reps the boys, and it fires us up because my man was in LA doing a Madden shoot, flies into Nashville to do tight end U just because he's for the boys, and he said he'd do it. Flies into Nashville, doesn't land until like 1 a.m. Gets up the next day and is over at the bus at 8 a.m. so he could do our interview on the bus,
Yeah.
and then eventually go over to tight end U and sling the rock. Like, he's one of the boys, dude, and I fucking love him.
Yeah. And also Bills Mafia, we've had a couple of things in the past. You guys are a phenomenal fan base.
Yeah,
Like, I hope to God you guys love this episode. Because
you played for them at one point.
I said something about Josh on Instagram the other day about his ball security being wrong on the Madden like preview or whatever. And I put my phone down for a minute and it came back and it was like everybody was dumbing me.
You're going
Over
through
and
some
over.
social media tables.
Yeah, exactly, dude. But yeah, guys, you guys enjoy this Josh Allen interview right after these ads. This specific ad. Oh,
You want to go back and forth, go bang bang, one by one. God, this fires me up, dude.
Twisted Kings are here.
Keep it twisted this summer with Twisted Tea.
Dude, it tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea, meaning it's really delicious.
Real brewed tea with a 5% ABV kick in the ass, boys.
Full of flavor and very refreshing, Twisted Tea turns up the heat on any occasion, making it the perfect product for any summer occasion. Daytime, nighttime, outdoors, and poolside.
And it has zero carbonation, making it the perfect drink all day long because it goes down so smooth.
Not to mention, dude, football season. It's the best product to sip on while you're watching your favorite team.
Twisted Tea feels fun and celebrates extreme fandom one game day at a time.
Twisted Tea is a perfect alcohol beverage for game day, whether tailgating in the parking lot, watching at the bar, or watching with friends at home. Twisted Tea is there to turn up on your game day.
Slap that Twisted Tea bag, boys, and keep it twisted.
Grab a refreshing Twisted Tea today.
That was fire. Enjoy the episode.
Enjoy the episode.
Dude, hey, thanks for coming. Yeah, I know you've been on the move.
Appreciate it. There, good.
You
Dang.
just came. So for everybody watching, we are tight end U is today. And Josh was in LA yesterday all day for his Madden shoot. Got here. What time did you arrive? What time did you get in Nashville?
11:30 last night.
11:30 last night. It is 8 a.m. before tight end U starts today. And the boy is blessing us with his presence. But you were in LA for your Madden shoot. Talk about being on the cover of Madden, dude.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like as a kid, right? You play this game. That's like how I learned the game of football. All the rules, the roughing the passer going and playing against my brother. It's just kind of full circle. I learned it playing Madden. Now I'm on the cover, and some kid will eventually be like, I learned the game playing for Madden. It was the cover of when Josh Allen was on the cover, and mine was 03 Marshall Faulk. So I vividly remember that cover, and it's surreal.
What was the process for you like when you found out? Like, did they call you like, hey, it's between you and like 2 other guys, 3 other guys, or they hit you up and just be like, hey, you're the cover of Madden?
Yeah, they called my agent and said, hey, we want to sit down with Josh or at least do a Zoom call. And we got on and they had this whole video and like, you're the guy that we want. You're the most used guy. And they brought up all these stats and all these numbers of how many rushing yards I have. Passing yards. Like it was really cool. It was like the one that I stuck out to me, like 1 billion rushing yards over the course of people using Madden 2022.
Yeah.
This last one, 23.
Oh, they're telling you your stats of how people have used
how
you
much
on
people have
Madden.
used him.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey, that's kind of fire.
1 billion rushing
billion.
yards?
1 billion rushing yards, a few billion passing yards, 100 million touchdowns. Like it was actually insane to hear those numbers. And I was like, that's pretty cool.
All right. Are you worried
Yes.
about the
ask
Madden
this.
curse?
No, that's done and over with. Pat and Tom broke that a few years ago.
Yeah, but if you look at statistically, those two broke it.
They've helped the percentage. It's not 100%
Yeah, it's
anymore.
not
Now it's
100%.
what?
You were talking about high 80s.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not supposed to be in the league. I wasn't supposed to be here. You know,
Yeah.
right? Where I come from, like
Yeah, dude, you're right. 6'6", tall, super athletic,
handsome.
massive hands.
Oh, are we talking about
handsome.
you?
No, I'm talking about you.
Oh, no, never mind. All right, I thought we were talking about you.
You got all those things. Yeah, you weren't supposed to make it.
I'm
But
just
you
saying.
did have a wild, not a wild journey, but like getting into the NFL. Like if you look at you now, like Josh Allen, like yo, this dude should have been a 5-star recruit and everything. You end up going to Wyoming, right?
Yeah.
Like how was that whole process like going into that? Like, were you just a late bloomer? Didn't hit puberty till about 18. What's the deal?
Basically.
Really?
Yeah, I was like junior year, I was like 6'1", 170 pounds, soaking
No
wet.
fucking way.
Senior year, I got to around 6'2", 6'3". Then I went to junior college and grew a couple more inches, and that's when I was living on my own, and I was going to like Wendy's and Carl's Jr. every single night and just eating as much as I could. I finally got up to like 205 my junior college year, and then I got to Wyoming my first year. I got to like 235. I put on some.
You still crushing fast food?
Yeah.
I love that.
What's your number one spot? If you were to say what the best fast food burger is,
burger.
just strictly burger.
So I can't say Chick-fil-A here.
So, but Chick-fil-A is your number one spot.
I'd say yeah. That's
Chick-fil-A's
gotta be up there.
Chick-fil-A is a hitter, but I would.
Taylor, hey,
I would
Taylor's,
think- I would think-
Taylor's a
Oh,
closet
oh,
hater.
no,
You're a
no,
closet hater. You're a closet hater.
of Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. Oh, a little
I
bit.
got
publicly.
ran out. I got Chick-fil-A to me. It was overused.
Okay.
And on the plane traveling with the Titans, every single flight there's Chick-fil-A. You start to get the smell, even the Polynesian sauce. You're like, hey, I gotta get the fuck out of here. It just became too much. for
I
me.
get it. I get it.
Yeah, I appreciate you understanding my
Yeah.
truth. But as a burger goes,
This is a
and I heard you mention Carl's Jr., which I feel is a slept-on franchise,
Yeah. Wendy's is good.
but not the best.
Nothing beats a Big Mac, man.
What?
McDonald's. Guys.
I may or may not have waited 35 to 40 minutes in the drive-through line last night on my way to the hotel because I was really hungry. There was nothing open,
Shit.
and got myself a Big Mac. Allegedly.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
allegedly.
Hey, what's funny is you almost love when it's late at night and you're like, the only options available is fast food.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
have to do it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have
Or
to.
I'm not
eat.
going to eat tonight. I
Yeah.
don't want to not
Yeah.
eat.
But if I'm picking between, if you're at like 2 a.m. and you got to pick a spot,
Mm.
T-Bell.
Taco Bell is a
Yeah.
move.
Would you go
that-
T-Bell over Big Mac?
Depending on the night.
Yeah, I think if you're
I
I
Respect
don't think
that
it's
answer.
one way or another.
Yeah.
I think they're different. But if I'm, because I live close in California to a Taco Bell. Like,
Mm.
I think
Maybe a
if
minute
you're
drive.
if you're drunk or banged up, it's more Taco Bell.
You brought up California, and there's a legendary fast food franchise there. And brother, I need this. What's your thought on In-N-Out Burger?
I love the burger.
That's all I need to hear.
Hang on,
No, don't even start talking about
he's got-
fries. We're talking about burgers
Go
here.
ahead.
Okay.
Speak your truth, brother.
I think everybody agrees with me here. The fries they're just not the best. And I
They're-
love
no,
it
no.
now, so I'm not going to try to talk crap about it. Burger's great.
Burger's
And I'll
fantastic.
leave it at that.
Yeah,
And for the price point, I mean, it's fantastic.
it's fantastic. Smash Burger.
I mean, the majority of fast food chains are smash burgers. Five Guys smash.
You know what I had
burger.
yesterday for the first time in LA? Roscoe's.
Chicken and waffles.
Yes.
Hell
Is it
yes,
gas?
dude.
Oh,
I've never had that.
Yes. It is
My
unreal.
God.
Did you go to a nice Roscoe's or like,
The one close to LAX in Inglewood.
okay, yeah, all right. That's what I need to hear. That's what I fucking
the
need to hear.
That's the
They
one.
got a Lolo's Chicken and Waffles, which is like a sister company in
Okay.
Arizona. We went there in 7 and Central, right there in Phoenix, and it's like broken down. But you can get like mason jars of Kool-Aid. Dude, their food is unreal.
Man, I need to
Talk
check
about
this out.
swelling of the body.
Sweetest lemonade I've ever had in my entire life.
No question. Diabetes in a cup. No shot,
Good.
Jack.
Roscoe's is great though. Big fan. Big fan.
Roscoe's, yeah, first time.
First time ever.
So you don't eat very healthy.
I think
I
that's.
think we've
I think
kind
it's
of I think we've kind of gotten to that point.
80-20. He's
this
talking
early.
about his 20% right now.
80-20?
Plead the fifth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all about caloric intake other
Yeah.
than all that other shit, right?
You need
You don't-
calories.
You don't
You need
focus
calories,
on
but I'm
macros
also
and all
like-
that.
If you want to lose weight, it's the caloric deficit. I think like there's studies that show that if you want to lose weight, just stop eating, right? So that's when I need to stop or start losing weight and start cutting a little bit. I just
Mm.
eat way less.
I respect that, man. It's like, you're at the top of the food chain in the NFL as far as being a quarterback, but it's refreshing to hear that you like to get in the trenches late at night.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that is nice to hear.
Yeah.
That is good. A lot of dudes too, people don't realize how bad dudes eat in the NFL.
Yeah.
You think everyone's just a well-oiled machine working on every little, hey, this vegetable, this protein. It's bad out there.
The majority of guys, don't.
No.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
about calories.
Even the college cafes,
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah.
Tough sledding out there
Yeah.
for sure.
Did man, I know we got away from the Madden cover talk, but I wanted to bring up like it was the first posting of it, right? And there was like
Yeah, he was missing a
something
bar on his
missing?
helmet.
Yeah,
was that a marketing ploy, you think? Conspiracy?
for sure.
Get people talking?
Yeah, of course.
It
Of course.
worked.
They didn't do it on accident. I mean, how could you do that on
Yeah,
accident?
yeah.
You know?
You guys started off with an absolute bang last year and unfortunately fell off at the end. Can you talk about the season a little bit?
A lot of ups and downs, a lot of crap that some teams may never have and never will have to go through. You know, when you talk about some of the crazy stuff that happened to us last year, like you can name it off, and I won't go through that right now. But just the way that we came together, and at the end of the year, man, we were drained emotionally, physically, mentally.
Because playoffs was basically a couple weeks after the Damar Hamlin
Yeah.
incident. Yeah.
Yeah,
God,
That was nuts.
yeah,
that shook everybody.
and
Everyone.
thank God he's doing good now. He's back in the building and put on a helmet, did some OTA stuff with us, and you know he's gearing back up to play. So I know even off the field, he's got so much shit going on. He's an impressive human being.
What was it like in the moment that happened from your perspective? I mean, it was I would assume just eyes wide, hoping that everything's all right. But like from your lens and your angle, like what are you sitting there in the moment thinking about?
Well, I mean, you never suspect that, right? Like what was going on and the shit that we were hearing from the training staff and the paramedics that were working on him. I mean, it's just like it set in after about 45 seconds standing out there like, all right, what's going on? Like he's okay. And then all of a sudden you hear some of the stuff and it's like this, yeah, it was nuts. I will say this. But an amazing effort by our training staff, an amazing effort by him for fighting through it. And I think that the community of Buffalo was fantastic, but really the NFL community coming together and, prayers don't hurt, So I think really everybody in the NFL community coming together and sharing a moment, at least for a little bit, where everybody was united, cheering for one purpose, and that was the safety of Damar. So I think that was pretty cool.
When all that's going down and, sitting there watching the game, and everyone's talking about, do they play? Do they not play? At first, you think, all right, this guy's injured. You have no idea what it is, but they're probably gonna, get him in the ambulance, and everything's gonna start up. And then you start to see the severity. You start to see the
Yeah.
emotion in everybody's eyes. Like, at what point were you guys like, there's no way we can play this game?
Well, we didn't really have a choice right away.
Mhm.
It was kind of like, all right, warm up. You guys are going. And it was like,
Dude,
Yo,
is that the
whoa,
most
hold up.
nuts thing ever?
yeah. I think it was obviously it's a new spot for everybody to be in, so I don't fault anybody. But finally we're just like, hold up, right? Like let's go in the locker room. Let's reconvene. Like there's guys sitting on the bench that like looked in the face of death right now, right? Like so went in the locker room and had to do some tough things in there and say some tough things and but we ultimately came to the decision like if there's one guy in this room that can't play, we don't play. And obviously there's more than one guy that was like, no, I'm not going out there. I was like, all right, then nobody's going out there. And then, which I thought was a really cool thing, the Bengals. So I talked to my coach and I was like, hey, we're not playing. I'm going to go talk to the Bengals and just tell them like we can't do it. As I started walking over there, they were walking to us saying the same thing. Yeah. So it was like, there was a couple guys. It was Joe and Joe Mixon, Joe Burrow, obviously. I think Tyler Boyd. So to be able to sit there and talk with them and just like, guys, like we're not playing either. Like, I thought that was a pretty respectful thing for them to do. which made it a lot easier for us too.
Yeah, that shit was wild.
It was dude, that was a scary situation. It puts things in perspective of how small football really is at the end of the day.
Yeah, especially in that
Yeah.
moment. I mean, it was obviously the most talked about thing for the next, I forget how many days, but in that, because I forget, like, I don't even think I was watching the game at the time. I think I was
The
watching
group chats
something
start
else.
going
But
on.
somebody's like, hey, do you see what's going on with this game? And you're just thinking, like, what could be happening? And then you see Twitter a little bit and you're like on this game and you see that it's on this long delay. And you're like, yo, what the fuck happened? And you're waiting for videos to come up and everything else. And you see like this routine type play and it's just the collapse. And it's just like, what in the fuck is going on? But yeah, everyone, everybody's throwing out opinions, what you should do, what you should not do, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
And
all
it
these
just seems like-
doctors are saying all this stuff. They're just
Yeah.
online saying this is what's happening.
Yeah, and like
you're
like
come
you
on.
say, it's almost like I can't believe they're trying to get these guys out there to play and warm up and stuff. But I mean, fuck, you don't know what's like some of these guys, especially if it's like a strength coach, they're probably being told, hey, it sounds like the game's gonna go on, or the coaches, it seems like we're gonna do X, Y, and Z. Like, okay, I guess if we think we're gonna play the big picture, they think we're gonna play, like we should probably tell our guys to warm up. They're like, hey guys, let's fucking get going. And it's like,
Right.
yo, hang on. But it's probably such a unique thing for
Uncharted
everybody
waters.
involved. Yeah, for everybody involved, man.
And then we're on the bus after the game, just like refresh.
Yeah.
Give me news. Like it was tough to go to sleep that night. I will say that.
So was Damar at the game when they said it was a paid actor that was
Yes,
standing?
that
in
was
the spot?
him.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm glad you asked that.
Yeah, we have to get
Yeah.
to
Some
the
conspiracy
bottom of
theories
this.
going out there.
Yeah.
That was 100%. I promise you.
Yeah.
I was in our locker room before that. They were trying to move him kind of discreetly so he didn't get bothered too much. And obviously they're still monitoring and everything, but that was him.
Man, that was
And it is still him.
yeah,
It's still him.
It's still him.
Promise you.
Promise.
Yeah, I promise.
incredible that he's back out there, like like you said, put on a helmet, participating in some
Also,
things. But
Can I get in on the next time you guys go?
go where?
You guys got to buy one get one free for the teeth, right?
Yeah. Do you want to get some veneers? Are you thinking about doing it?
I've thought about it.
Yeah.
My chompers are out. My parents spent too much money on my mouth, braces and shit growing up. So.
Yeah.
There's an easy
It'd be
fix
hard.
now, brother.
I know there's an easy fix now, but
Easy
they look
fix.
good on you guys.
Thanks.
Porcelain
Look good.
veneers,
Look
man.
good.
Thank you.
Who was it yesterday?
He should think about it.
Moreau
Yeah.
Foster.
Yeah.
He was out there.
Oh, I forgot to ask him, like, what was that from? And honestly, I think it's because he got mashed in the mouth by it in the weight room.
Oh, you talking about the thing he can't talk about?
Yeah, we got to figure that out.
I know. We do have to do
We do gotta
some
figure that out.
investigative
Yeah.
journalism here on him.
But yeah, you should look into some veneers because you are in tabloids now. Like, you wanna address some rumors out there?
It's a game changer for real.
Game changer.
It's a
Game
process
changer. Yeah.
though. You get the temps put on. I don't know how you were with the temps, but
Hang on. We gotta.
Did it hurt? Did it hurt?
Don't let him get it. Don't let him get away from
No,
this.
we're getting
You
away.
remember what?
I'm literally talking about. I'm talking about veneers. I'm talking about it.
No, I know. I said it's because he flipped it on us. He's like, "Oh, can I join you next time?" Oh yeah, you should look into the veneers because he is in the tabloids. Like, apparently there's some rumors he's dating an actress. Like, there's some stuff going on out there.
So
The Madden cover.
you're an asshole, you know that?
Well, I guess since it's on the docket, we should talk about the rumors. Do you want to talk about your personal life and who you're dating?
No comment.
All right. Pat,
Always
doing
say,
good,
yeah,
Pat.
Patty's doing great.
Yeah.
You taught him well.
Boys, we interrupt this episode to bring you an ad read, which is Duke Cannon. We'd like to talk to you about your shower game for a minute.
Here's a fact: the body wash you're using sucks. It's weak, watered down, and probably smells like shit. Simply put, it's not getting the job done.
The boys need a shower of substance after a hard day's work, and that's why we use thick, high viscosity body wash from Duke Cannon.
Thicker and girthier is better.
Duke Cannon's thick body wash is built to work hard, not spew down the shower drain.
All of their scents are absolutely amazing. My personal favorite is the Midnight Swim. It smells like a cannonball into a moonlit lake, not a dip in a hot tub at the Starlit Motel.
Dude, when we were at Beer Olympics, things were getting sweaty. Things were getting a little heated. I had that cool dry on, and people kept coming up to me going, "Bro, you look sweaty, but you smell delicious. What's the deal?" And that was Duke Cannon.
You have to try Duke Cannon. So for a limited time, we're hooking the boys up with 20% off your first order at dukecannon.com with code THEBOYS20.
That's 20% off when you use code THEBOYS20 at dukecannon.com.
Duke Cannon, work harder, smell better. Back to the episode. Talk about, because it's obviously a big discussion right now, big conversation around Bills Mafia, Bills media, and everything else. The Stefon Diggs stuff going on. Can you talk about your relationship with him?
Yeah, I love him. That's my guy. Like, what the media has blown this so far out of proportion, right? Like, we are in rookie or mini camp.
Mhm.
We're not playing a game for 4 months. He doesn't show up one day. He's still there. Coach asked him to go home. We were in talks and discussions of trying to resolve some things, and it wasn't anything major. And media just blew it up. And they're still talking about it. She's like, let it go. Let it go. There's no reason to continue talking about it. He was on the field with us the next day. It was not a big deal.
Yeah, I feel like every day I get on the Bird app, somebody's trying to find one little sentence or a couple words they might have heard from somebody to whether he's.
It's always like, oh, it wasn't this, but may have been this, and someone else coming to know it wasn't that, it was this, and everybody's got their opinion, which due to social media now is broadcasted everywhere.
Yeah.
And I see this guy on Twitter. He's talking about how he was an all-pro one time, and he would have made all these plays. Oh, that was it. You. Anyways,
Brother, you just
did I say anything about us?
I did like your tweet last night. It was trash day is upon us.
Yeah. Trash day tomorrow. Yes, and I did
Have a
forget.
good sleep.
You did forget?
I texted the nanny.
Oh, no.
I said, hey, so, ... I'm not quite sure what happened from when we were talking about trash day to me leaving in the truck a couple minutes later, but I forgot to roll the trash out to the end of the curb. If you don't mind doing that for me and keeping this between us so Char doesn't find out. Because at the end of the day, the key here is I knew that it was trash day.
Yeah. The key. Yeah.
Just,
You remembered. You just didn't do the action.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole Stefon Diggs thing was wild. I mean, you do see stuff. I think it was like the AFC Championship game, and you could see he's getting pretty.
He's yelling at you.
He's being dramatic. You're sitting there looking at the tablet, ripping through whatever. Looks like he's being real theatrical about it. But if I go back to week 2, Monday Night Football, when we were playing y'all, like once I got hurt, I'm in the locker room watching the game. The chemistry of your team looks like you guys just have so much fun. It literally looks like high school football. Like you guys are just truly enjoying it. I texted David Lee, Questenberry, Roger Saffold, Daquan Jones. I was like, is it really what it seems like? And everyone was like, yes. So it was unique to see the whole thing of the AFC Championship and then all the stuff now.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it wasn't as good as it seemed.
I will say this, Steph is hyped up on game days.
Mhm.
He'll yell at me for good. He'll yell at me for bad. Like, and I want that from him. I want him to tell me what's going on. And, but again, like when things are going good, he's yelling at somebody because he's hyped up and he wants to see somebody do something. And
Yeah.
so, it is what it is. He's one of the best receivers in the game. That's my brother right there. I freaking love him.
Mm-hmm.
And everything else, it's behind us and we're moving forward.
He's a guy that takes a lot of targets. And then obviously DeAndre Hopkins comes into Buffalo. He might be going there. He might be going to Tennessee.
Might be going to the Patriots.
But Will tells a story of Colt McCoy when he was playing with the Cardinals. And DeAndre's like, hey, just throw me the ball. Like, what are you doing? Like, pulls him to the side. If DeAndre does come to the Bills, do you think what would that do for Stefon? Would he take that and want that? Or would that be something that he'd be like, less targets for him?
Honestly, we haven't talked about any of that.
Mm-hmm.
I know that having talks with other people in our building that he may be okay with it. I don't know. Until we get to the situation, like I couldn't give you a real answer, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
For you, what's cool, like having you on the bus last year, like I want to say by that time you said signed your big deal, but you're obviously, you were still essentially in your rookie years. Now you are a year later outside of that first year, your first deal, like having an NFL quarterback on the bus, like talk to us about like what maturities get made. Like, how do you develop even more? How do you work on your craft? Like, how is life different for an NFL quarterback going from like a rookie contract and now you're like growing into being more of a guy, like a veteran in the locker room?
Yeah, I think the weight of your words matter a lot more, especially in the locker room and talking to guys. And, I try not to talk as much. I try to work and show guys in my locker room that like, all right, this guy wants it. So when I'm in the building, I'm in the building. Like we're working hard, and make no mistake about it. I have a lot of fun. Like you were saying, it's the best job in the world. It really is. Like I get to come in and work out and hang out with my guys and joke around and go on the practice field and throw a ball around, like that's freaking cool.
Yeah.
You know, so I try to let everybody know and feel how much I love it. It's like, I'm gonna do me, match me, and do you, right?
Yeah.
Like, enjoy this. And I've been so fortunate to have some of the guys in my locker room. You talk about Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer, who I've been there for my entire time with. Deion Dawkins, who's a vivacious character. He's awesome.
Oh man,
What a
Show me-
word too, vivacious.
Yes.
Nice. We
He is
needed that.
solid.
He's Von Miller, bringing him in and having to hang out with him and see how much he loves the game, and bringing a guy like, just the guys that we've brought in have been fantastic, and they share the same passion for the game that I do. So it's been easy, man.
When you talk about like knowing that your words matter and everything else, like as you've grown into the role that you have, do you feel like it's important to speak up a little more, maybe more than you're comfortable doing? Because you're like, I do understand that I'm in this role and I carry all this weight on the team. Like, do you kind of, push yourself to get out and like speak up a little bit more because it does matter?
I'm trying to, and that's always been a hard thing for me, is like being the asshole, right? Like, because it's not really who I am. And I think being a leader, I think the main thing for me is being as authentic as possible. Right? Like, I don't read leadership books because I don't want somebody else's thoughts in my mind about how to be a good leader. Like, sometimes you either got it or you don't. That's my take on it. Like, there's sports psychologists and all these people that can talk you through things, but I think that kind of takes away from being authentic. And that to me is the number one thing. Just be me, and it's worked out for me so far. And in terms of getting respect from guys on the team and people in our building. So just trying to continue to do that.
Talking about the mental aspect of everything, like what is your process in the off season? As soon as the season ends, like what is your game plan as far as how long you take off? What do you do from a mental standpoint, physical standpoint? Where do you train and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think it's changed over the course of my career so far. Like, early on, it was like, all right, let's work out every 4 times a week. Kind of like I was in OTAs the entire off season. In the last couple years, it's like, just get away, right? Like, because I played the game a little bit differently than most guys. I take a lot of hits.
Yeah, zero ball security.
Yeah, I'm out here.
You look for the physicality.
I sometimes, and if I see Will Compton in the middle of the field, I'm going straight right here. Buddy.
You ain't fucking jumping over me. I'll tell you that right now. I might have to come out. I might have to come out of retirement.
Yeah, but like,
Official retirement announcement for Will Compton, by the way. Let's not get over that. That's wild.
Well, I'm just saying, the NFL's done their thing to hold me out. I might have to go clean slate this
year
year
10?
and come out.
Would you consider it year 10 or 10.2? 10.2.
It'd be 10.2 because we
Gotcha.
gave it a go last year, and I was in the building ready to sign, but Roger Goodell and Tom Brady conspired. And took
I
that
heard
away
about
from me.
that.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
Did you read
On
the blog?
Twitter.
Yeah, you should read the blog. I'll shoot it to you.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
It has all the information that you need.
Yeah,
Perfect.
but you do play unorthodox.
I do play unorthodox, which, again, it's worked out for me, and I'm not going to be young forever. I'm not going to have the athleticism forever. So trying to transition to being, the guy that wins from within the pocket, and that'll take time. It's not going to be just this new guy overnight. But in the offseason, it's like, get away, try not to do as much, like still throw a little bit, still work out a little bit, and just try to maintain weight is really what I'm trying to do. But enjoy and relax sometimes. I think allowing my body to rest and recover. Like, my strength coaches are gonna hate that I'm gonna say this. The last 2 off seasons, I haven't done really anything before OTAs,
Mhm.
and we have baseline tests. In both years, I've come back and I've tested way higher than I've ever tested in my entire career.
Mm.
So I'm gonna keep doing that.
You think taking time off plays?
100%. I think, again, there's guys that will be constantly working out and really take no time off. And I feel like those guys are always hurt.
Mhm.
They're always dealing with like a soft tissue or
Fish.
yes, like
Tish.
there's a lot of stuff. There's so many different factors, but you hear it all the time. Right? You can't pull fat.
Yeah.
So staying a little bit chunky and getting back into shape. I think that's a good process for me. I don't know if it's great for everybody,
Yeah.
but I'm I'm just
Keeping fat on is what I've been trying to tell people
Yeah.
for years.
Yeah. You gotta have some cushion.
Yeah,
You gotta have
Keeping
some
fat on
cushion,
it is probably key.
especially in Buffalo. Keeps you warm too.
Yeah,
you know?
especially practice though. Do you guys feel like you maybe practice too much sometimes? Specifically, let's talk. I don't know.
COVID year,
COVID year, Tuesday night game.
Yeah.
playing the Titans, you guys had to stay in shape for. We just
Yeah, we just
went on
fucked
Zoom
around,
calls and
and you guys found out.
took you to the backyard.
I wish there was a team that
Like
like
with the shed.
Yeah.
Let them
Yeah.
know.
You threw a
Like-
couple picks in that game. One, it wasn't me, but I bet if I was out there, it would have been me.
yeah.
No, there's
You
no
know what I
question.
mean?
No doubt, no
Yeah,
doubt.
I would have fucking
You would've been in the same
I would've fucking went right there.
I wish there was a team that did some experimental things like that. Where like, we're not even gonna practice this
We
week,
did.
boys. I know, but like,
tried
but
being
like,
We fucking did that.
but like for real, like the entire season, like
Yeah.
we might practice this week, but we're gonna take a couple weeks off and send you your stuff. We'll do some Zoom calls and we'll figure it out on Sunday.
Wasn't that the most nuts situation of all time?
Like
Like
we didn't know if we were playing tomorrow. We didn't know if we were playing Sunday. We didn't know if we were Monday, Tuesday. Like it was so up in the air. And then I think we had a Thursday night game the next week.
so that's
So
when
we
it-
had to get that switched from Thursday to either Sunday or Monday. I don't remember. It's kind of a blur, but
but we were
that was
supposed
nuts.
To, we were supposed to play the Steelers. Like 3 days before we played y'all, they're like, "All right, hey, game plan's out. We're playing the Bills now." And
Yeah.
I remember like we did one walkthrough of that whole whatever 8-9 days. And I'm literally thinking to myself, brother, we're gonna get blown the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like, you just
I
gotta
literally
buckle
did a
up.
staycation at the Bobby Hotel.
Yeah. Did you really?
Doing a couple of our meetings, like just at the Bobby
On the
Hotel.
Zoom.
Yeah,
I was
the
like
Zoom.
rolling out, just kind of hanging out. Like, man, are we even gonna fucking play these guys? And then Tuesday night, and man, you guys did not answer the bell.
I remember being
Yeah.
on the phone with Trent Murphy, like, hey, what are you guys doing? He's like, bro, we were just running gassers at practice.
Nuts.
Yeah.
So less is more is what you're saying. To all the kids out here watching, seeing you on the Madden,
No.
don't
no,
work
no.
hard.
No, no,
Just
no.
Just focus on.
Yeah, that process.
Focus on
works
doing
for
your-
me now. that
Josh
I've
Allen
been in
says the
this-
Buffalo Bills do way too much.
Yeah.
No.
Just fucking with you.
Now that I'm an established 5-year vet, it's year 6 for me, that this is the process I found that helps for me the most.
Mhm.
Doesn't work. Again, let's call a spade a spade. I'm not everybody.
Yeah. And
Right.
you're also,
A borderline him comment.
yeah, the
There's a
borderline,
borderline
him
him
comment. Is that
comment.
a him comment?
No. Maybe.
If you win the Super Bowl this year, is that
Well,
Are you him?
I think too. He's also a quarterback.
and they,
You are a physical specimen, all this kind of, you do all these theatrics, you're very physical and everything else. But all the offseason, like not doing anything else, I could work more in the line of quarterback
yeah, this kind of hit.
than
couple
like,
of- for sure.
yeah.
Fucking get ready
Like
to go.
for us, like it don't really matter. Like you've seen so many different quarterbacks and body types. Like all that matters is hear up, right? Like,
Well, then here over too.
well, yeah, hear up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
You gotta be careful.
You gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. It's tough, man. And there are some bad body ballers out there.
Yeah.
But you don't look like it. And when you have especially with all whites
No,
on,
trust me,
you get exposed with the all white uniforms.
once I go back in, like I work hard and I get back into shape real quick.
Yeah.
But like I teeter around 242. That's kind of my weight. That's my fine weight, right? 242. So I teeter between 238 and 244. Teetering.
Tell you what, 225. I don't know if you'd be able to handle that kind of mass in the middle, brother.
242, 244, that's my target hunting weight, dude. That's who I fucking seek out. Oh, yeah.
You'd find it. You'd have no problem. Open
No,
field.
no problem, open field.
Yeah.
Josh
Oh, he's
Allen,
sweating a
dude?
little bit.
What's up?
It's warm on the bus. It's warm on the bus. Don't let
A
him
lot
get
of
you out here.
caffeine. I've been rocking this cold
Caffeine,
brew, and as the
gotcha.
boys know,
You
like,
want me to save you a little bit?
yeah, it does. Like the cold brews, I love them, but they make me,
Antsy.
yeah, antsy. They really do.
I'll come in the. I'll go on the other side of the bus sometimes, and he's just kind of pacing around, walking. I'm like, "Hey boys, what's up?" With Will? He's like, cold brew. Got him
I
again.
had to heat up my food one day, and I just stood and was just like looking out the warehouse. Like I had to stand and eat and kind of just walk around. Like there's so much going on in my brain that I didn't know how to like hone anything in. But anyway, that's why I'm sweating.
Working through it.
You think I sweat you, brother? I'll tell you what, we beat the Buffalo Bills in 2018. If I'm in there on third down, that's a story for another time. That's a story for another.
Wait, what
Which
was that?
one? Which third down?
Yo, I love this company, dude. We interrupt this episode to bring you Georgia Boot, dude. Georgia Boots are designed for the longest shift and the toughest jobs.
The core of Georgia's messaging relies on delivering boots that are as comfortable as they are tough.
boots that you can wear from work to the bar.
Blue collar comfort right outside of the box.
Whether you're working on the front line, fixing that shelf in your closet, or grilling back, these Georgias are the best boot for the job.
Georgia boots are designed for rugged, demanding work environments and are built to last, making them ideal for workers in various industries.
Georgia boots are designed with comfort in mind, featuring cushioned insoles and supportive technology for all-day comfort.
Use code BUSSIN, that's BUSSIN, for a generous 20% off at georgiaboots.com. Back to the episode. Unfortunately,
2018
Jason Kroom?
no, LaShawn McCoy did a little option route on our boy DB. DB should have kept outside leverage because he had help on the
A
inside.
little spin movement.
Yeah, a little spin move, got shook, and then he got it on third down. But if we went on third down, we ultimately win that game.
So technically, we didn't.
Yeah.
You guys didn't win that game. We
If
just
you scored
lost.
more points than us, you would have won the game.
For sure.
Like Tuesday night.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
in my own personal journey, that should have been when I was on the field. But the coaches wanted a little more speed on the field.
Yeah.
But you see how that works out. You need a little bit more IQ. You don't need all the speed in the world.
You're up.
Yeah.
So
you play
who was
from
the
neck up.
linebacker though that you're calling out here?
Darren
Raw
Bates.
room, Darren Bates.
We can
We can have, and we
Darren
can
Bates
sit
got
out.
his ass exposed. That's what Will's saying.
Yeah.
That's what Will said.
He's even talked about it in that. He's talked about that game.
Yeah.
He
He
talked
should have
about how
been
I
you
should-
out there. Is that
No,
what
he
he
didn't
said?
say I should have been out there, but
Gotcha.
brother, I should have been out there.
And then
It was
Wesley,
implied.
Wesley Woodyard against the Chargers. You did bring up that. How you should have been in there.
No, that's when I was on the couch just watching the game.
But if you were out there.
I was yelling at the screen for the coaches to get him fucking, this is exactly why you need to check Rat and not let your middle linebackers go out and cover Austin Eckler one-on-one
Mhm.
when he's the fucking one receiver. I hate when D coordinators, check something. You got to play to your guys' strengths.
Play the string.
Yeah, you got to play to their strengths. But
But if you were out there on Austin Eckler, you know what we call that? What check we would give?
house call.
Milk check.
What's the milk check?
That's pretty self-explanatory.
Yo, you're 2%, brother.
Yeah.
I'm that
That's
skim.
tough.
No, I'm skim, bro.
Skim
You
milk.
Skim milk?
I'm skim now. I was whole milk.
You were whole.
Yeah, I was whole, but I've lost a few pounds.
You look, you look good.
Yeah, I'm more
You
of a
look
skim
good.
milk kind of guy.
But
I love that milk check.
Milk.
Will
Milk.
you be like, hey, we got white linebacker out there. We're going double move.
Milk.
Do you have checks like that? Yeah,
milk again? He just looked around and said milk.
He's trying to think of all of his
Can't
wording.
tell you all
You
my.
think
can't
white
tell you
guys don't
secrets.
belong in the NFL?
Oh, okay.
I'm just, I'm just trying to
Whoa.
get my bearings here.
No.
I mean, I don't think so. I mean,
You guys got a stud. You guys got a
Keep a
stud
couple-
white on
you-
defense.
Matt.
Sled
Yeah.
white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
who is it?
Matt Milano.
But he's Italian.
Yeah, he's
Different.
No,
He's
He's
different.
fucking.
He's a
Us
different.
whites, we
he's
get to
got a
claim
tan.
him. We get
He's
to
got a
claim
tan.
him. No, we get to
Don't
claim
say
him.
white.
He's not white.
Stop saying that.
Matt Milano is olive. He is.
He is olive.
He's an impressive specimen
I
too.
think we're getting to the point here where we just kind of leave the Caucasians in the trenches and just kind of let them ride. You know, let them get out there, hardworking,
Yeah.
gritty.
Dude, it's an honor to be on the field and you're like the only Caucasian out there.
It's got to be happen a lot more when you're on defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when it's like noticed and the boys are like, hey, Will, you're the only white dude out here. And I'm like, trust me, I've noticed the entire time.
Trust me. I've been waiting for somebody else to see this.
I've been waiting for you guys to.
Man.
Yeah.
So yeah, Josh Allen doesn't like white guys on the field.
No, I love him.
Whoa,
Actually,
easy.
no, because I get to give a milk check.
Yeah. Milk check.
Oh
milk,
my
milk.
god.
So you guys really think he's just like milk.
Is that a real call?
Milk,
Is that a real call?
milk.
That's so funny.
It's got to be a good time too. Like when you're in the game plan and it's
Mm.
like, hey, if we get this situation, everybody kind of smiles like milk.
Yeah.
Milk check.
Yeah. You see it over there? We'll just be watching from TV being like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
he actually just called a milk check right there.
Being
Hold on, let's talk about his ball security.
okay.
Is that something Vrabel points out every
Yep.
time we play y'all?
I'm a big ball security guy. Or
Have
big.
you ever been chewed out by your coaches?
all the time?
But you just choose not to be
It's not.
coachable?
It's.
He's like, my strength coaches are gonna hate that I say this. He's like, no, my actual coaches are gonna
No.
hate that I say this.
Yes, I need to be better in that area.
Why do
100%.
you think you don't just tuck it? High and tight, 5 points of pressure. Do you
Does
feel
he-
more elusive that way?
He doesn't like anybody else's
Well,
opinions.
when
Like
I
it
tuck
takes
it-
away from his authenticity. He
Yeah.
needs to follow.
You gotta stay him. He's gonna do him. You just gotta
Yeah,
match him and do
yeah,
you.
yeah,
Don't listen
yeah.
to the coaches. That's not me.
Yeah,
This
like
is
that's
really turned.
that's
This is
somebody else.
turned in a hurry.
When I tuck it, especially in the pocket, I can't throw it.
Right.
So I have to keep it here. So like
But you roll out of the pocket.
I do.
Do you know your stats rolling out right to left?
Is it much different?
Much different.
Okay. Left's worse.
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
If you roll out to your left, it's not as good as rolling out to your right.
Gotcha.
That is a game plan against you, by the way. I'm giving you some inside
Hang on,
game.
don't get the boy. The boys. We still need the boys to play
Did we
well.
play them this year?
No.
Yeah, but if they do,
Yeah.
because that is a
nugget.
that's a nugget that
Oh no.
Try to
I would seriously look at it. You're like
just
the way
those
coaches
beats
in the
that
past. I'm not gonna
last
say
year.
what head coach I played for in the NFL.
Who
but
I
the way-
love Rabes.
Braves
I
is
freaking
awesome.
love him.
He's all time. But he
Everyone does
say-
when you're not directly on
That's
his
true.
team.
Okay.
Yeah. Will does get body bagged. Yeah, he does get
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
shot up quite a bit. When you roll out, I can't remember if it's your right or left. When you roll it to your left, it's just not an X play.
Yeah.
You're still making passes. But when you roll out to your right, and I might be mixing up the sides.
Yeah, no,
It's like
it's
bombs
my
over
right's
Baghdad.
my right's much better than going my
Yeah.
left. I know that, and I think that's true for every quarterback, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Do you think teams notice that besides the Titans? And try to keep you rolling out to the left?
Yeah, I would say so, but I still get right. Sometimes.
I still get busy. I mean, what was the final score of that game last year? Like 41-17?
No, we don't want to talk about it. It was bad. It was an absolute bludgeoning. By the way, let's give some flowers to Bills Mafia.
Yeah.
Those people.
The best.
Yeah. 2018, I got an argument with
They're on
Shaq
the cover of
Lawson.
Madden 24. If you didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have the actual picture they're going to use?
That's the one we were talking
that
about.
was it?
Yeah, yeah.
I thought he was going from the photo shoot today.
I think he's doing more stuff. To
That
like,
was for like the TV spot commercial deal.
you got some good lines.
No, I don't say nothing.
It was that
You
right
just look
there.
mean.
Look at
There,
that.
look at the face mask. You
Yeah,
see the
yeah,
bar on the
zoom
right
in.
side, how
I
it doesn't
saw
come to the
that.
middle.
Yeah, it's
It
Bills
just
Mafia.
stops in the middle.
That's legit Bills Mafia too. They were in L.A.
Is it terrifying for you to go out in Buffalo?
That is sick.
You get hounded
Is it terrifying? What?
for him to go out around Buffalo.
Yeah, because it's like a small town. I mean, what
It
do you
is.
got, like a
Small
wing
town.
spot or two, and that's it.
Not a whole lot going
Listen,
on.
sometimes,
Yeah.
but it's all out of like good places in people's hearts,
Mhm.
right? Like they just want to say hi. They want to say go Bills. I don't go out too often. The only like I'll go to dinners every once in a while, but other than that, I stay home.
It's got to be a good place not to get in trouble.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like to have the guys over to the house so they don't find trouble elsewhere.
Mhm.
Like if you're gonna get in trouble, you can stay here. You can have a good time, right?
Yeah.
Hit the simulator and just don't take anything from the top shelf, please, without telling me.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I love that rule. Don't take anything from the top shelf.
Without telling.
Really, the top right shelf. That's my brown water.
My
What
brown
are
water.
your favorites?
I'm a pappy guy. I got a few pappies. I got a Michter's, couple Michter's 20 years, which are great. But if I'm just drinking like Michter's 10 year, some Weller, I have really good brown water.
What's
I
your
like the fact you call it brown water.
What's your favorite go-to? Just casual. Like the thing you want to ask for, whether you're at somebody's house. Like, do you have this?
You go to a bar.
Well, if I'm at dinner, if I like say it's an old fashioned, but it's like Woodford. You know, Woodford Reserve. Start in there. It's fine.
Nice, man.
A little ice.
Yeah, I mean I would have thought maybe something a little higher priced, but Woodford is fire. In the Woodford world, I like their rye. I also like Angel's Envy rye. That's my actual favorite.
Yes.
Like if you buy a bottle, like the Angel's Envy rye, that green, because they have a bourbon, and then they have a rye, and that it comes out of a Caribbean rum cask, so you get that little caramely Caribbean flavor, that little rum flavor in there. It's my favorite whiskey.
Pappy makes a tequila too. If you didn't know that.
I did not know that.
A Corazon.
Or zone.
Corazon.
Big
It's
tequila guy.
Taylor's a big
Yeah.
tequila guy.
It's bottled in Buffalo Trace barrels. It's actually really good.
Gives it a smoky flavor.
It does.
Almost like a mezcal.
Not as harsh.
Yeah,
Mezcal's
I am
harsh.
not a mezcal
Yeah.
guy.
God, see, I'm a mezcal guy. I like
I
the
can't
It's
do
like
it.
flavor. I
gasoline.
Can't
love
do
the
it.
smokiness.
It's not good.
Because I always hated tequila. Like, you know, everybody's got their bad party experience where they're like yakking. Mine happened to be tequila. So I didn't like tequila for the longest. I've been coming around recently, but I feel like I got back into it because mezcal had that smoky flavor because I'm more of a whiskey guy too.
Your first time throwing up was tequila?
Like, not like first time throwing up, but like big moment of like, you know, this tasted awful. And then it came up and I was at a wedding and got half in the trash can, half on the bar. Nobody saw. I turned around and walked off. But from that moment, it was like that time where you just had that connection. Anytime I smelt it, it was like, oh, I'm about to be sick.
That's
so
how it was for me in
I hated to
Jaeger.
fuck with tequila.
Jaeger body bagged me in high school
Really?
one time. Yeah. And I literally, unless it's a Vegas bomb, I don't really do Vegas bombs anymore, but in college, I would do those.
Yeah. What was your
Captain Morgan.
Captain
No
Morgan?
way.
Oh,
I loved
yeah.
Steve Morgan in
Yeah.
college. Loved it. Got the pirate on there. Got me hyped up.
Yeah.
You threw up?
Oh yeah.
What was the situation? High school party.
It's actually first year in college, of age.
Nice.
of course.
It was me and I was with 4 other roommates, and between 5 of us finished a handle, and it was downhill from there.
Dude.
Yeah.
And so since then, you don't even want to look at Captain Morgan.
Don't even look at it.
Yeah, but also Captain Morgan.
Yeah.
The cheaper bottle of rum.
For sure.
You said college.
Yeah, but I'm saying now.
Yeah,
Right,
There's no
yeah,
reason to touch Captain Morgan.
exactly.
Yeah.
And that was like
Be
that
honest.
with vodka for a while, and I've finally started to turn the leaf on vodka.
Yeah.
which-
You're a big golf guy.
Hold
Huge.
on. Before I gotta go to take my daughter to the doctor's appointment.
You gotta leave right now.
Gotta go
Is it
right
time?
now.
All right.
By the way, you see that he's got some handshakes now. That's gotta be insane. I didn't remember all those damn things.
Oh,
You can go to the big dog seat.
Oh, I don't.
yeah, you're done.
Milk.
Milk.
Goal.
Hey, Garrett, can you move the middle camera?
Josh, I love you. Bye.
See you in a little bit. Big golf guy. What's been your favorite place to play recently?
Hoopy Match Club.
Where's that at? Give me some context. Garrett, and we got some golfers back there, but I'm not as much.
It's in
so.
Georgia, like middle of nowhere. Little like it's off dirt roads. The coolest like boys trip you can ever take.
You do an annual boys trip with it, or is this something you
No, I
played
just-
at
I
one
just got to
time?
do it the last like I've gone there twice in the last 2 months. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they've got putting greens at night. You can turn the lights on and just hang out there for hours and just talk crap and bet and just have a good time. The course itself, it's got 22 holes. It's got the best jerky you'll ever eat in your entire life. Like it is awesome. And it's
Yeah.
like walking only. The caddies have little speakers that they carry, and it's just a blast.
What are a couple of like the coolest things you've gotten to do in your spot that you've had access to, you know, within like, you know, since the rise within the last 2 or 3 years? Like you're like, fuck man, I can't believe I'm like getting to do this.
Well, there's a couple courses that I've played that are
Whether it's golf or anything else.
probably golf. It's just my life in the off season kind of revolves around it. Like I love it. But just the opportunity to go to like these golf tournaments. I had the PGA Championship in Oak Hill in May, which is an hour and a half from Buffalo, and it's like 5 minutes from where we train at in off season or for training camp, St. John Fisher. But like to walk through there and like obviously like they just grab us a cart and they drive us straight to the 15th chalet there, and we sit out there with me and my boys. It's my birthday weekend too, so it was a fun time.
Yeah.
But just like it is still surreal to me that because I play the game of football that I'm allowed to go and experience all these cool opportunities and experiences.
What like when you say your off season kind of revolves around golf, like when the off season hits, do you kind of have a schedule, like the golfing schedule going on to be like, all right, we're gonna go here, here, here. You kind of have that mapped out beforehand.
Yeah, but
Or like as moments come up, you're like, all right, let's
the first thing that's said is when is the Masters?
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah.
have to rep it. That's like the number one thing. All right, when am I getting there? How long am I staying there? Right, like that's the first trip that I plan out.
Yeah.
And it's usually that first or second week of April. It's the best.
Who are your favorite golfers?
Right now,
Yeah. Give me 3.
Not including Tiger. That's my number.
Yeah,
one.
this isn't like a ranking either.
Yeah.
Like, who are three of your favorite guys that you just fucking root for?
Yeah. I root for Ricky. I was rooting for him hard this weekend. Justin Thomas is up there. If I had to go one more. That's tough. Oh, Keith Mitchell. That's my guy.
Okay.
Yeah. That's Cashmere Keith, baby.
Garrett fired up.
But I noticed that you went and watched him a couple tournaments ago. So
Yeah.
I was like, maybe he'll say his name, maybe.
Yeah. No, I saw him at Riviera. I was following him around on Sunday at LACC. That's what's really cool. I've 3 for 3 this year at the majors. I've been able to play the Monday after. I think that's my number one thing I've gotten to experience.
You've gotten to play the day after the tournament's
Tour
over?
conditions at Augusta, Oak Hill, and LACC.
Damn, that is sick. What do you think about all this? What do you think about all the PGA Live stuff?
I don't know enough to give like a complete
Right.
answer.
I'm just talking about you scrolling, like doing what all of us do.
I will say that the guys that went with Liv, right? Some of them got the bag, which is good for them.
Yeah.
You know, never gonna say no to that. I don't like how some guys are saying that if they want back in the PGA, they're gonna have to pay a fine.
If they want back in the PGA, then they're gonna have a fine.
Did you see that?
What does that mean?
So, like, if they wanted to get back on the PGA Tour, some of these Liv guys, they would have to pay a hefty fine to basically clear their name and allow them to go play in the PGA Tour events, which I don't agree with. They took the chance by going over to Liv of never playing again, and then the whole merger happens, which I don't know if it's an actual merger. I don't know if that's completely done yet. But there were some guys saying they've got to pay a fine to get back into whether it's the DP Tour or the PGA.
Damn. There's a lot of juicy drama in the golf world. I don't follow that closely, but obviously when that merger or whatever was happening that day.
Boys, we interrupt this episode to bring you Bolero.
Listen up, Jack.
Bolero is the world's largest owner and operator of bowling centers with over 325 locations throughout the United States, currently located in 34 states.
Bolero is known for reinventing one of America's oldest pastimes into a new and unforgettable experience with modern and beautifully designed venues, expansive arcades, premium signature cocktails, and a creative menu.
We're here to introduce the Barstool Bolero Invitational, this summer's most anticipated event.
Joining the Invitational is easy. Simply enter your name and visit any Bolero near you and bowl for your chance to be entered to one of our ultimate prizes, including limited edition Barstool bowling gear, an event at any Bolero, and the ultimate grand prize, which includes tickets to the Super Bowl and NBA Finals, plus a trip to the Barstool Bolero Invitational finale in Chicago on August 9th.
But the fun doesn't stop here. Enjoy a guaranteed spot on the lanes when you reserve a lane or book an event at a Bolero near you. Visit Bolero.com. Use code Barstool for 15% off your next lane reservation. This offer is only valid through August 31st.
Visit www.bolero.com/barstool to learn more about the Barstool Bolero Invitational starting July 12th. Participation is open until July 23rd.
No skill is required. All participants have an equal chance of winning.
To find a participating center near you, visit www.bolero.com/barstool. Back to Josh Allen. That was obviously a massive headline. Another question, but on the opposite end, being you, like what have been some of the cons of everybody wanting your attention all the time? Obviously, busting with the boys. But everybody wanting you to come to their events and everything else, like, what have been some of like the, I guess the cons of being in the spot you're in?
I'd say it's more like, because I'm a homebody. I don't like going out too much. My sister's wedding, and I was like, it's her day, and I felt like I was getting bombarded by people at her wedding, which I knew some of them I didn't know all that well. Because obviously it's her wedding, but she had a large wedding, and I felt so bad because I thought like it was distracting for her, and it was like everybody's here for her, but I was getting a lot of attention from people that I grew up around and I knew, and like it became a little bit too much, and I was like I need to get out of here. I need so that one was a hard one for me. When it was just like I didn't want that, I didn't want anybody having to pull anybody away from me, or I didn't want to feel like that at her wedding because I just wanted to be there for her.
Yeah.
So that one was tough. Other than that, like I get it. Like I'm the guy that I wanted to be as a kid, like the professional quarterback. I didn't really understand maybe what came along with it all that much. But again, I made my bet. If that's what I got to do, and on the other, like if those are the cons, I'll take those cons. With the pros that come with it any day of the week.
So you got a squad like CA to kind of help
Exactly. Yeah.
schedule all those things. Say no.
Yeah.
This
is the first off season I've had like a legit calendar where I can pull it up like the Google Cal on my phone and be like, I know exactly where I'm supposed to be at exact time. So like that's made my life like more easy, if that makes sense. It's like I don't have to stress about, because I used to be like, what are you doing this weekend, Josh? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
What are you doing today? I don't know. I wake up and I'll figure it out.
Right.
By the way, you gotta shoot tomorrow. They're coming to pick you up at 8:00. I was like, shit. So
Fuck, I forgot I said yes.
Exactly. Yeah. So
do you make it back home a lot? Like, do you get back home a lot? Did you used to compared to now, or
no? Not that much. I'd like to, because there's some food in my hometown that is like killer. So every time I go up there, like I go to the same spot like 2 or 3 times. If I'm there for 3 days, I go there every day.
Yeah.
Fireball Restaurant. It's super original name.
Which restaurant?
It's called Fireball Restaurant.
Fireball Restaurant.
It's the best Mexican food I've ever
Shout out to Fireball Restaurant.
Yeah, shout out Fireball Restaurant.
What are a couple opportunities that you've had to turn down because of scheduling conflicts or having to be somewhere mandatory, and you're like, man, I got FOMO missing out on that? Or it would have been cool to go to that?
Right now, I don't know if I could think of one, because I can't think that far in the past, really.
Yeah.
But I will say this: I'm in the season of yes right now. So if I get asked to go somewhere cool, it's like, I'll go.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's been a fun off season. Just a couple golf trips that I was like, I probably should have went on that.
Yeah. Big golf guy.
Big golf guy.
Keeps
you out of trouble,
Do you go out to the that tournament in Tahoe? Is that what it is?
ACC? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where all is it a lot of players and celebrities? Is that like a big celebrity tournament? Because I see McAfee, he's on the simulator right now, training for it.
Pat's out.
Shout out the
He's
boy
gonna be
Pat.
out there. He was out
When
there
is
last year.
When is that?
July. I'm going the 11th through the 16th, but that's the 14th, 15th, 16th.
That seems like a fun time. Seems like everybody has a
awesome.
blast out there.
It's awesome.
Are there any things that you would like to do in the future? So say, like, we had Travis on yesterday. He got to host SNL. He wants to be in, like, hit a movie one day, like be like an actor, but not like he wants to be in like a comedy.
Yeah.
He would love to like make an appearance in a comedy or play a role in a comedy. Are there any things that you would like to do outside of being a quarterback and
Honestly,
being a golfer?
I think about this all the time, like especially after I'm done playing, which hopefully isn't for another, 10 to 15 years, whatever it is. I kind of want to do the Tim Duncan route. It's going to disappear. Like, I don't want to be too much in the spotlight. Like like I said, I'm a homebody, but like traveling is one thing I definitely want to do. I've only been across the pond once. But I went to Monaco for the Grand Prix a couple years ago, which was really, really freaking cool. But I was there for 2.5, 3 days and then bounced right back to Buffalo. I haven't spent much time in, like, I want to go to Ireland, Scotland, play some golf courses there. I really want to go to Japan. Never been there.
What for?
The food.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a big sushi guy.
Nice.
Yeah, and I like the architecture there is really cool. It seems super futuristic, like with the technology that they got. So I think that'd be pretty cool too.
Yeah, play all the international golf courses.
Yeah. So I've vowed to myself, again, and we got another golf comment too, that I'm going to play the top 100 courses in the world.
Okay.
And I got 10 down. And then, like,
yeah.
So,
that's
like,
sick, man.
you
That's
could do
cool.
like one of the Hamptons trip and knock out another 3 or 4. Like, so, but Australia, sneaky good golf. There's like 5 or 6 on the top 100. So if you make a trip out there, like, I'd probably spend 2 or 3 weeks out there and just try to go to all of them and knock them all out. And my brother-in-law's from Australia.
Yeah.
Gold Coast. So I got to get out
Does
there.
he get the accent?
Super thick.
Love that.
Yeah. Super
Would love
thick.
to have a conversation with
When
him.
he gets drunk, you cannot understand him. Sorry, Braden. Even when he's not drunk, it's like, like we've asked, like, he's starting to get a little more clear when he talks, but Like there's been somebody like, what'd you say? And he gets kind of frustrated because after the third, like I can't understand.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
So
Anybody got any questions in the back?
I got one. In Buffalo, a lot of people are on the blue cheese over ranch with wings. Are you on that?
Where do you stand on blue cheese and ranch for wings?
blue cheese in Buffalo is different. It's blue cheese is him. Blue cheese is him in Buffalo. Like it's not even close. Like there's.
What do you mean in Buffalo?
It's
Brother, blue cheese is garbage.
no, it's not. No, it's not. No, blue cheese is fantastic.
Josh Allen dramatically leaves Bus with the Boys. That's
Yeah.
like our trailer.
Over blue cheese ranch debate. It's not even close.
So you're a blue cheese over ranch guy.
1000%.
I got to defend my guy here. I'm from upstate New York too.
Steven, you just got
It's
here, brother.
just
Like,
different.
it's-
It's
It's
just
all
different.
like made in house. Like it's fresh. It's creamy. It's really good.
And it goes perfect with wings.
It does.
That's the idea.
You've put a lot worse things in your mouth. I know that. Pause.
Boys, we interrupt this episode to bring you Netcoins. Have you been looking for a new trusted exchange for your crypto trading? If so, check out Netcoins.
Netcoins is a safe and secure platform to buy and sell crypto that supports some of the most popular cryptocurrencies available on an easy-to-use mobile app.
Netcoins has been in the crypto game for almost 10 years in Canada and now available in the US of A, offering no fee trading with over 35 top crypto tokens to buy and sell.
Plus, you can stay on top of the action with limit orders and push notifications so that you can trade instantly when the market moves.
For a limited time, you can get $25 in cash to trade on the app when you use the referral code Bussin. That's BUSSIN.
This is for a limited time only.
Download the Netcoins app today, available on Google Play Store and Apple Store to learn more first at netcoins.com.
Invest with Netcoins today. Back to the episode. Steven, you got anything? I do know you were excited.
I'm representing Bill's Mafia, so I'm just along for the ride here.
Do you have any
Getting to hear
questions
the
for
golf
Josh?
stuff was like awesome. I mean, the Oak Hill stuff. So like, I used to work in Rochester, so I knew the course. You'd go up and junior tournaments, all the rest of it. So like, I can't imagine getting to watch the pros on that course. And then, I mean, we used to hear stories of Eric Wood and all the guys just before your generation going to Oak Hill right before training
The
camp.
shitty Buffalo teams.
Easy. Well, I mean, listen, I covered some of those teams. Kyle Williams was the man back then. But I used to
Great
hear
golfer.
that's what I used to hear is like he and Eric were like sticks back in the day.
Can I just say something? I'm gonna do a slight flex.
Okay.
Last year I played at the American Century with Kyle, and I beat him.
That's a flex because he's a stud.
He's a stud. He had a bad day, and I had a good day, and that's what it took. But I went 82. He went 83, and he almost won it the year before. And I've never even sniffed like the top 50. So
Nice.
I went out there, beat him, and he was pissed.
Do you guys have any plan? Are there any planned golf events for? How last year it was you and Pat versus Aaron and Tom, right?
Yep.
Do you have anything planned this year?
No, not this year. The match is Pat and Travis versus Steph and Clay.
Do you feel slighted?
No.
All right. No. Twisted question. Do we got to bring that up?
Oh shoot.
I got two quick questions. Are you playing in Lake Tahoe this
Yes.
year? Do you know who you're partnered with?
No, not yet. We'll find out literally the day we get there.
Who do you hope you're partnered with? Who are a couple guys you'd love to be partnered with?
I did love playing with Kyle Williams last year. Cause he obviously I was with him for my first year in Buffalo. Really, really good dude. I played with Pat and Travis last year, which is a blast. Travis is a fun time to be around.
Yeah. You can just tell me. He's got that energy. He's got the vibe.
He does. You can feel it. You can feel it.
And he likes to have a good time.
Playing with Aaron would be cool. I like Aaron.
Would you rather play with someone not in your profession?
So I played with Joe Mauer a couple years ago, the catcher. That was really fun. He was a really good dude. And I played with, who else did I play with? I'm not even going to try to name the name because now I'm going to feel bad. But I do like meeting new guys and yeah, that'd be fun too.
What's your handicap?
I'm at a 7 right now.
We would have a good time.
Yeah. Okay.
What's yours, G?
7.
Hell yeah.
Ooh. G's got a little stroke on him now.
Whoa. Pause.
Both on the course and
No
off
pause.
the course.
Pause. No pause. Okay.
Solid. All right, twisted question. And I'll probably be putting you on the spot because I'm trying to think of a question right now, but it's our twisted tea question of the day. Keep it
Does
twisted
the
with
question
smooth.
have to be twisted?
We mess with it. It can.
All
Do you
right,
want
sorry.
a twisted question?
Continue.
Do
No,
you
go
want a
ahead.
twisted question?
Nope. Go ahead.
Keep it twisted with smooth, refreshing twisted tea, the hard iced tea that's perfect for parties, or at a bar with your buddies, or game day. Grab a twisted tea today. Now that I'm thinking of at a bar with your buddies, let me think of how I can phrase this. Can you tell a twisted story? Maybe about a time at Dave and Buster's.
Twisted story. By the time at Dave and Buster's. I don't know what you're talking about.
And this is years ago, but so last year. This is years ago.
It's not a good question because I left before the festivity. Like, yeah.
Damn. Well, it could be a good question because obviously we can edit this up. Because I'm trying to think of like, anytime you're like, do you have a great locker room story? Like a fucking one that people don't know about, or it's just going to be all time whether you're sitting around a grill one day.
Is there a good Bond story? We haven't talked much Bond.
I mean, there's a couple, but I won't say.
That's what I'm saying. Like I some that would be like appropriate, but that's also inappropriate. But something that, is digestible. Yeah, touches the line a little bit. A twisted story that's out there.
Do you pee in the pool? Yes or no?
Do I pee in the pool? Absolutely not. Well, okay, hold up. Depends what type of pool and whose pool it is.
You got a pool. If you have a pool in your backyard, you got people
I-
over. Are you going to pee
I'm
in the
pissed.
pool?
No, I will be, no pun intended, pissed if people piss in my pool.
Then,
I don't.
I expect an invitation, but you'll be upset with me.
All right, then you're not.
I'm coming over, brother.
No. But if I'm in I grew up swimming and like competitively in like huge public pools, and sometimes you're in a long race, and it's like you gotta go, man. So if
So
that,
you
then I
only
will.
pee when you're like in the middle of a big race.
Sure. Yeah,
And that's okay.
I think so.
Somebody else is
It's
coming
volume
right.
of water, though. Volume of water. Like the urine to water ratio, it stays under. And those pools are so heavily chlorinated, it doesn't matter. Mine's a nice saltwater pool that doesn't have much chlorine in it, and you got to keep it nice. So
So you don't pee in the hot and cold tubs at the facility?
No. Do you? You've peed in hot and cold tubs?
Yeah.
No, you haven't.
Yeah, I promise. Why would I lie to you?
That's disturbing, Will.
Bro, it's filled with high levels of chlorine and chemicals. That's way worse for us than, a little bit of urine.
That's a psychopath mentality right there. You know that?
No, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you never just,
No, that's a tiny little pool.
But urine is used to clean things.
Yeah, man. It's
Like-
sterile.
Yeah. Some could argue that should be in like the medicine field. We should be peeing on more things.
Are you drinking your own pee?
If I need to. Yeah, you get stung by a jellyfish.
I can't give you that one.
I know, like, there's no question that some of the boys have peed, like, while you're in the cold tub and
I'm
hot
sure
tub.
they have, but
I'm surprised you never have in the hot tub. Like, once you get in
that's why
and,
I
you
get
get
the
the
little
sensation.
whirlpools, the little single whirlpools.
Oh, the metal. Got you.
Smart.
So that is a smart move. That is a smart move. Do you have a story?
No twisted stories for you.
Maybe off the bus.
Maybe off the bus.
I won't go there.
Tight end U plug of like you're one of the few like star quarterbacks that comes to tight end U. Like what kind of makes you want to come to the event?
Hell yeah, JP.
Because I'll get to hang with the boys. I love George. I love Travis. George asked me, I think, the first 2 years that he had it, and I didn't come. And then last year he asked me, I came. I was like, I literally go out there and throw the ball. Like they're running like little 5-yard routes, and I just do this, right? So it's easy work for me. I still get to get some throwing in. Obviously I got Dalton. Well, I got Dawson, Dalton, and Quentin Morris here this year. So 3 of my tight ends in Buffalo, which to be able to like sit there and listen to some of the best guys in the league talk about different releases and intricacies of playing tight end, I think that's fun to do. And then it's hanging with the boys.
Love that. Man, we appreciate your time. Like, we'll all be a tight end you today. I don't know what all you have, but thanks for coming on the bus, man. It's always fucking fun.
Thank you. Same time next year?
Same time next year. You going to be here at tight end you again?
Come on now. This could be an annual thing.
I know. Hopefully you don't have anything in LA the day before so you can get here a little early and we can have like, like the round 1 you had last year.
The brown water.
Yeah. We can hit a pool party.
Nope. If I see Will jump in the pool, I'm jumping out. No chance.
No, but thanks, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate it.
All right, boys. That was fun.
Drake pod.
That was a fun one, man.